Hey guys, this is John Van Walen, back again with another video on a knife here. This is no ordinary knife to me. This is my favorite knife that I own. It's a Gavko non-flipper Mako. It's a custom knife. And Mike does his custom knives a little different. He doesn't take orders for knives, and you don't get on his books. He just makes knives, and as he makes them, they become available. And then you have to snatch it up real quick, usually off of his Instagram. And if it's a really cool design like this one, usually goes pretty quick. The ones with all Damascus scales on them too, they usually go really quick. But if you're fast enough, you can catch something if you keep an eye out. I'm trying a new thing here where I'm kind of zoomed in on the knife, so I'm not holding it as much, and I'm just trying to give you different angles and looks and rotating it so you can kind of catch edges. Because the autofocus seems to be taking its time when I hold it in my hand. And I'm going to do that too, so don't worry if you wanted to just catch a look at any part of this knife closer. Because that's basically all I'm trying to do, is just show you this, give you like my feelings on it. Obviously this isn't something that anybody else has ever held. I'm the first owner of this knife. Mike has had it and I've had it for the most part. But I can tell you that everything about it is in my wheelhouse and I love it. So the style of it, I really actually like that there's no Damascus on it, and it's kind of just a really clean ano. And the ano has like these blue hits that pop so hard. Like in person, I'm gonna guess is gonna be a little different. Like all these little slashes in person, they almost glow. And then the ano on the scale, that bronzy, powdery, shiny look, that is so cool. It catches the light like amazing. I love the shape of this knife. I love how like the edges are all pointy and like this harpoon and into like a modified tanto whatever. Alright, so the action as well is pretty much spot on perfect for a drop free blade. I'm gonna zoom out here so I can get my closer looks. Alright, so this thing drops free real easy and just kind of falls into the handle. It's not like, you know, any effort at all. There it is. Takes zero effort to close. It's one of those type of knives, which is awesome. Everybody likes those type of knives. I know like CRK type action, for instance, takes a little bit to get used to, but this, who wouldn't love that? And then hear that sound? They have like a crazy sound when you launch these blades. His customs have like a weird kind of like acoustic-y awesome sound. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the blade stock, because he has like a pretty big hunk of blade in here. And then look at that cool tip, how it has got the milling all the way. I'm trying to catch it. I don't want to cut myself either. This thing is crazy sharp. I'll do that and zoomed in. Here we go. So all that awesome milling, it goes all the way down to like the blade tip. It's hard to catch. Turn a little sideways. There we go. And then you have that awesome tanto. That zero ground tip is so sharp. Shut up, Remy. Dog's like getting mad at the squirrels. I think that illustrates it pretty good. Alright, look at that. Got the typical spring clip. He uses that on pretty much all his knives. The lock break is so easy. Like some knives, you really have to have a little bit of thumb strength to unlock them. Not this one. Not this one at all. The D10 has a little bit of strength to it, which I actually like. I really don't like soft D10s at all. It has like there's a nice click to it. And it really comes out like a, like a laser. This thing's like a lightsaber. Crazy laser sharp, and it comes out so fast. Hope that blue pops. With like these faux collars, it's just like milled in a little further, and then it has like a pop of blue. It almost looks like an extra collar on there. And look at that pivot. It's got like a satin kind of point on it. Wish the other side was something a little cooler, but that's probably like one of the only, if the only thing that I would say that I'd change about this knife. As if like that could be like a cool looking pivot too. Because otherwise the whole knife has like something cool. Like these, I love these little things. They add like a little bit of grip. As well do these. Like I really use the holes a lot when I'm like handling the knife, because they help you keep control of it. It's because it's kind of smooth on other parts. Like right through there, it's smooth, and down there, it's smooth. But those little milling marks, they help you get some grip on there. Ooh, hit my finger. Gotta watch with that. I'm doing this through the viewfinder, like the back of the camera, so I'm not fully aware of where everything is with my hands at all times. There we go. That is such a cool knife. And the action, I mean, you can, this is like fidget knife dream stuff right here. And then it locks it in. It's in there. And it flies out. And then just rolls back in. So clean, so smooth. And that grind, I could look at that grind all day. This is what I mean, like when you're holding the knife, these like little holes are actually really easy to just grab, or you grab it by like there, like pinch it. And then you can even, if you're doing something like cutting something serious, which I would probably almost never do with this knife. This is like grail knife territory for me, guys, so I baby this one a lot. I just love it. This clip, it works great, but I mostly drop it into my pocket. Like this thing is got some strength to it, and that lip will help it go into your clothing really easy. But I normally just drop this thing in my pocket. So yeah, this has been my favorite knife for a while. And here is what you typically get with a Gavko custom. It's like his business card, cool little logo on the back, a sticker, and one of those padded kind of plastic card cases with these little things that you have to get your fingernails under. All well and good. The real prize is the knife. I was stalking that website to get this thing. That was back when he did the website only. I was stalking this one. Put up like a work in progress during the day. Had to have it. I would have been real bummed to miss out on this. Maybe not so much because, you know, my opinion of it has grown significantly having it in hand. Like, it's definitely looks cool, and you can covet it all you want like that, but having it in hand and having like this kind of weighty feel to it, It's got like a little bit of a weighty kind of hefty feel to it because these are only milled out right there. And then you got a big, thick stock of blade there. Whew, look at that. I think this is Nitro V, I'm pretty sure. Which is fine. Works for me. Like I said, I'm not going to be out digging a ditch with this knife. This knife is for me to enjoy the fact that it was even made. And the fact that it pretty much was dead on for what I wanted at the time. So it was perfect timing. I had the money and he came out with a knife that I was pretty much saying that I was waiting on. Once I had those mid-techs, I knew. I was like, ooh, I love this design if it didn't have the flipper, because I love using that long deployment hole. You can catch your middle finger in there so easy. Just showing you more angles, trying to show it off a little more. I think you can do a Spidey drop with it too. There you go. I do like the milling on this side, and the pivot, I just wish it was cooler, but in general, this side with the holes, it's sick. I hope this isn't a boring video for you. I'm just basically drooling over this thing. But I figured somebody would want to take a look at it. Somebody out there has got to be interested, and maybe they're thinking about getting their first Gavko custom. And what exactly does that jump up from maybe like a mid-tech or a production knife feel? Well, in this case, with this knife, it was worth every penny. And you're definitely getting a different feel to a blade. Makes a different sound when it opens. Like that feel of that rocking close, that is so refined feeling. It feels like an already broken in knife when you get it. And then I put a ton of flipping time and it's only gotten better. And then you have like this grind that you can just sit here and admire. On the production ones, they're awesome. But, you know, it's not yours. And it doesn't have this different touch to it that makes it a little different. He actually did 2 of these in like day to day, one after the other, non-flipper Makos. And the other one was awesome as well, but it did not look like mine, and mine didn't look like his, which is awesome. That's so cool. Like, that's part of one thing about custom knives that I look for, is I look for a maker who kind of does their knives, you know, with a good touch of difference, so that yours is identifiably yours. You're not looking at that and going, oh, that's my knife, and then it's like, no, that's so-and-so's. Like, I like custom knives that it's like, hey, that's a custom, and also that's John Van Walen's custom. I've seen that before. So keep doing that, Mr. Gavko, because that is an amazing part of your knife making. These little, like, there's always like a different combination of milling and finishes. So keep doing that. That is a awesome way to make it feel special to own one of your knives. Put this back down, and I think that's it, unfortunately. I mean, I could sit here and show this knife off forever. If you want to see it again, just let me know, and I'll do another video for it. I'd be happy to. I have another Gavko custom that I'll eventually take a look at as well, and I'll probably pull this one out to compare them. But this is John Whalen signing out.